Sucky boo!
Sucky boo!
Coach, I'm only in one league.
Ah.
Yeah, but it's ESPN 8 the Ocho.
Hey! Welcome back to the league on ESPN 8 the Ocho. I'm Coach. The other coach couldn't join us. We're going to have Gator fill in this week. If you guys haven't met him yet, he's great. He knows all about ESPN 8. And we're going to break down the league on ESPN 8 the Ocho and all the fantasy football dealings that have to do with that.
Boy, do we have some breaking down to do.
Well, we have some breaking down to do. If you guys are new to the show, we are not a fantasy football podcast. We are an ESPN 8 The League podcast, talking fantasy football about our specific league. So
we're funny, damn it.
Gear in and have a good time. And I'm just going to start off, just so you know it's about the league, I'm going to start off bitching about my team and getting boned every week. Bush scoring 130 against me. I can't catch a break. Why is it every single week I have to go against the top two scorers? It's garbage. I just want to play against Gary, who scores 40.
Well, that's what you get for being Cody DeLong.
Oh, it's unreal. You know what's unreal? Injury Palooza. Injury all the time.
Palooza!
Injuries
Dude!
all the time.
Was there a single starter that wasn't injured this week?
Injuries up the wazoo. So let's think about these injuries. There's a lot of big injuries. But what's more important is how do these injuries affect the league? Whose teams are getting boned by injuries? And who's going to be able to survive? Your team. Your team's one of them. How are you going to do
that
without
trade
McCaffrey?
I made for McCaffrey?
That was a badass trade.
It doesn't fucking matter anymore.
It doesn't matter. You're 2-0 though, right?
I'm 1-1.
1-1. You just
Matt
lost
did just
last
beat me
week.
with a bullshit Alvin Kamara garbage time touchdown.
So 1-1. What are you going to do? You don't have McCaffrey. Can your team survive?
Well, let's see. Who am I playing this next week?
I don't know. No one good. How long's McCaffrey out? A few weeks? You got like 3 or 4 weeks without him?
Probably three.
What are you going to do? What's your plan? How are you going to survive?
I plan Twin Lake Tachanka, so I just plan on getting put down week 3 all the way.
So now you're 1-2.
Okay.
Are you going to do anything good?
Probably not.
You just get
I think
back in the season.
The waiver hasn't gone through yet, so
That's not true. They definitely haven't. We'll see about it here later in the episode. I'll show you. We'll learn about it in the moment.
So I didn't get who I wanted. I don't fucking remember who I wanted.
You didn't though, because I got it.
I fucking hate you guys putting $100 of fan.
That's fine.
Anyway, but I think I just got to play AP now and hope that AP does something.
Adrian Peterson, that's your plan. Your plan is 3,000-year-old Adrian Peterson.
Yeah, hopefully he gets me 3,000 points.
Well, all right then. So EBDBD out of the playoffs already. McCaffrey's done. Matt lost Saquon Barkley, but he's gone the whole year, so he doesn't have. Oh, I just have to survive till he gets back. Like McCaffrey, if you go 1-3 without McCaffrey, you could come sort of run at the end. Matt's without Barkley the rest of the year, but he did just beat you, and Barkley only scored 2 points. Is Matt's team good enough to win without Barkley?
I just don't think it is. I think Alvin Kamara is not going to get 2 touchdowns a game.
Right.
I think that Saquon. I don't know. Alvin Kamara might, but I just don't think he will. Now, it's a matter of who his lineups matchup is. Any of his players could go off for 15, and any of those players could go off for 1.
This is true. So now on the other end of the injury spectrum, we got Keenan's team who's 0-2, playing like garbage right now. He has been without Michael Thomas. He's been without A.J. Brown, 2 of his top 3 picks, and he's been struggling.
It's true.
But he's supposed to be back. Michael Thomas is supposed to come back. A.J. Brown's supposed to be healthy. Could Keenan turn it around now that everybody else is injured and some of his players are coming back?
Who's Keenan playing next week?
Who's Keenan playing? No one good.
Well, because it would depend on who's playing. But, having those 2 players back could push him and propel him forward for a little bit here. He could get 2, if he can get 2 games string together, Keenan's all of a sudden back in this league.
That is true. If you win 2 in a row, then you have 2-2. So the basic math suggests that. But that's
no doctor.
I'm not a doctor either, but that's Injury Palooza, injury all the time, injuries,
yeah.
our famous segment
but
that we talk about all the time. But
yeah, we talk about this all the time.
It's our bet. We do it every week, as
it's
you
our
guys
thing.
Have noticed. But
if you guys haven't seen it, go back and watch the other podcast, find it.
But we're going to pull up the waiver wire here. You said you haven't seen it yet. I know that I have seen it. There's a couple interesting things. With all the injuries going around, I know I went and picked out Jerick McKinnon.
Oh, that's what I wanted.
Raheem Mostert, who might only be out for a few weeks, but I figured, have San Francisco's running back.
Use him while you got him.
So I went out and spent a bunch of big fat money. But there was a few other big name things that happened. You look at Deion Lewis for the Giants, now the starting running back there. He used to be there. Now he's on Jenny's team. A team that's already strong. Now she gets the starting running back for Giants. Is Deion Lewis worth having? Or it's not? It's Barkley or bust. It doesn't matter if he's a starting running back.
I just don't think that Deion Lewis will be able to get the volume that Saquon got. And with him not being Saquon, somebody like Saquon could go without having that same volume, but have a few explosive plays, get on the board, you're set. I just don't think Deion Lewis is going to have the opportunity.
Giants suck. Deion Lewis is going to suck. I think it's fair. It's logic. Yeah, I see that. One other thing that I noticed that was a big pickup is you look at Bush, Wakanda Forever, who's already one of the better teams in the league.
Who won't trade me Jonathan Taylor.
Won't trade you Jonathan Taylor. We know. Well, if Christian McCaffrey was healthy, maybe he'd be able to pull it off. But
yeah, well, that's never going to happen.
But we're looking at Bush picks up Ryan Tannehill, one of the hottest quarterbacks in the league since he took over last year. He's hot again this year.
Mm-hmm.
Bush's biggest weakness was quarterback. Is Tannehill off the waiver wire? Is he enough to push Bush into that top team?
I think it definitely doesn't hurt him. I think it only helps him.
Well, that's
I think that
I don't want that.
I think that if Tannehill gets on a roll here, it's a good pickup. It's all. I mean, yeah. Dropping him for Teddy Bridgewater though, is it worth that?
I don't know. Nothing good is, but Bridgewater sucks. So I guess you got something good. It's probably worth it then. The two more things that happened this year with two trades. Two trades went through. Fournette for Robert Woods. Leonard Fournette had a pretty good week with Tampa Bay. So he goes, and Robert Woods comes back. So Austin picks up Leonard Fournette. The fantasy champs, Josh, picks up Robert Woods. What do you think of that trade, just straight up?
Run it by me one more time.
Leonard Fournette for Robert Woods.
I think Leonard Fournette gave himself a really good push as to why he should be the starting running back in Tampa.
Yeah, that's true. He had a good game.
Last week, I mean, he split time with Ronald Jones, as everybody expected. Jones had a touchdown, but I think Leonard Fournette just had an overall much better game.
That's true. That's why I also wanted him. But
I think it's only a matter of weeks before Fournette has a starting role.
You know what I think it is? I think it's still Austin's still catching up from drafting 12 receivers at the draft. So he's still got to trade receiver for running back over and over again to catch back up. That's what happens when you draft 12 receivers because you don't show up to the fucking draft. So
that's true.
And then the other trade was Zach there trading away James Robinson, starting running back for Jacksonville. He trades him over to the quarantine, my beautiful wife Jenny, for Robbie Anderson. Robbie Anderson's had a bunch of big plays for Carolina.
Yes.
But James Robinson has taken over as the starting running back in Jacksonville. Mm-hmm. I am always on the side of I want a starting running back instead of a receiver.
Right.
Are we going to keep that train going? Fournette, the better side? Is the running back still the better side of this trade?
I don't know. We'll see if somebody gives me an offer if that train keeps going.
So I would love to trade for all my good players. My team fucking sucks.
Hey, but I'll tell you what. Young Oku, though, he's coming in clutch. That guy, I knew that he was going to be good.
You kick her out of nowhere there. You guys have seen the league page. Good little meme out there. It's borderline sexist, but that's all right. All right, last thing I wanted to break down was we're going to look at these standings here. I'm going to hold them up to the screen. Can't hear it. See, it's too bright. Perfect. Never mind.
The brightest little meter.
Yeah, I know. I got the brightest meter. We'll see if we can fix that. But we're looking at teams that are 2-0. We've got Lake Tachanka. We've got the fantasy champs. We've got the quarantine. So 3 2-0 teams. Are any of them fake? Or are they all three making the playoffs guaranteed? Let them in now.
Let's see. I think that most of them are real. I think you got a couple. Josh and Jenny are the real deal so far.
Josh, Jenny, real deal. Locking the playoffs. We've been saying that since the beginning of the season. They're just reinforced that as the season has started.
Right. Now, Zach,
off to a hot start.
I'm not gonna say he's fake.
Back-to-back weeks with exactly 103 points.
Yeah. I'm not going to say he's fake. He broke that 100-point meter or barrier, which is you're going to have to do in order.
Yeah.
But he barely broke it.
He did barely break it. So is his team a little fraudulent? Maybe they're not quite. He's been carried a lot by Russell Wilson right now.
He has 30-plus points both weeks.
On fire every week. Yeah.
30-plus points both weeks. I think that as soon as Russell Wilson has a 20-point game, coach.
But will he have a 20-point game? Russell Wilson might score 4 touchdowns a game all season. We're like, man, isn't that the time Russell Wilson threw 60 touchdowns? That was fun.
Yeah, he could, but I don't know. I think if your team depends too much on one player.
So let's break it down from the other side then. We have 0-2 teams. We got 3 of them as well. We've got Keenan, who we talked about already. We've got myself, the Vinegar Strokes, and Carrie down there is Chalupa Batman.
I think Chalupa Batman is the real deal 0-2.
He's the real.
He's going to stay 0.
Yeah, So he's staying 0 for the rest of the season.
He might win a game or two against me, probably.
Okay.
But
So he's got no shot. He's
yeah.
done. You might as well pack it in for the season. It was fun hanging out with you, Gary.
collusion it up and just give all your good players Desi.
I would not suggest that.
No, don't do that. I'll be pissed.
But that's all right, though.
But
what about me and Keenan? Can either of us turn it around? Can we make the playoffs?
I think it's early. I think that you, like I said, string together a couple wins. All of a sudden, you're on the flip side.
But I get scored on so much.
I know, but it's maybe.
I do play Gary this week. Is that a loser goes home? Just whoever loses that one's out forever. Just accept it.
Let's let the league vote, but I'm down.
That's it. Just we'll kick them out of the league. They're out of there. We'll bring in someone else's wife to take their spot. Maybe that new girlfriend of yours. We'll have her join the league. What does she know? Nothing good.
Anyway,
I know.
There goes short of this video.
All right, so we'll edit that part out. We won't though, but we could.
We won't, but we could.
We could though. We do
could.
have that.
It'd be a lot funnier.
All right, so let's break down next week's matchups and let's get out of here. I got nothing to do, so that's good shit. All right. Standings. Oh, here we go. Schedule break. We might actually edit this part out. Oh, you can't do that. There we go. All right, so we're looking off right at the start here. Oh, I thought I had Carrie. I lied. I'm playing against the quarantine. I have Jenny this week.
You're going home.
I'm 0-3 then already, we think. I mean, if you look at my team, though, compared to her team match for match, I feel good about my players.
I feel good about your players, but I feel great about Jenny's players.
Yeah, but I have Kyler Murray at the Jets. I've got Clyde Edwards-Helaire against Las Vegas, who are winning, but not their defense isn't doing anything good. I don't know. I feel like I got some pretty good matchups out here.
Yeah.
Julio Jones, Carolina.
If you win, it'd be interesting, but I just...
Jenny's
team is just too good.
That's good, because I'm not playing Jenny's team anyway.
I got Twin Lake Tachanka here. And if Mahomes could actually do what I wanted him to do and, pull Russell Wilson, I'd be pumped.
I would be pumped.
But I'm playing against Russell Wilson. I got Ronald Jones, who's probably not going to have the starting job next week. We'll see. He'll probably have it. But then I got C-Mac, which is, that's not going to happen. But I'm going to have to make some changes so that I don't lose by as many.
All right, you guys remember that time we did a whole segment where I thought I was playing against Jenny next week, but I wasn't? Because that's fun. So what we'll actually do is we'll break down Jenny's actual matchup, and that's against Josh. 2 undefeated teams. I know, right? God damn, I love this podcast.
God, who invited this coach? Where's the other coach?
I know. If the other coach was here, this would be much more professionally run, but he's not, so we're gonna forget about it. We got Jenny versus Josh, 2 undefeated teams. Who stays undefeated and why? Go. I'll go because you're not ready. I'm just kidding. I was really fucked up earlier.
I think Jenny stays undefeated.
Jenny stays undefeated.
I think Jenny's just...
His projected scores would say otherwise. Well, she still has Mostert in that.
Yeah, she's got Mostert in. She'll switch that out for a nice Dion Lewis.
That's who she picked up. You think she's going to start him? Picked him up this week? She might. I mean, after we talk shit about him in the podcast, maybe not. Does anyone watch this thing? You guys watch the podcast?
Just start Robbie Anderson.
Comment below if you watch the podcast ever. She did.
I know Jordan watched.
She also traded for Robbie Anderson, so that's right.
True.
So it could be Robbie Anderson. One of her new players are probably going to step in.
Jordan watched it at least one time because he told me about how he talked shit about his team.
Nah, don't. His team sucks. Jordan, your team sucks. Josh is the highest scoring team in the league though right now. I mean, it looks like finally a couple of his players have tough matchups. Tyreek Hill at Baltimore.
I'll tell you how Josh wins. Josh wins if Aaron Jones goes for 3 touchdowns again.
But he does that sometimes.
I know. I had him last year and I loved it.
It's something, man.
Oh my God, it was.
That's what I'm saying. Josh has a couple actually decently tough matchups. Aaron Jones in New Orleans isn't a walk-off,
Right.
Josh Allen playing the Rams, finally not playing some fucking New York team that's trash.
Right.
Josh team might come down to earth because Jenny's has a couple easier matchups, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. The way I look at it, I think you're right. I think Jenny's going to stay undefeated. Josh is going to take his first loss. Not that it'll matter because he's still just going to roll the playoffs. But let's break down. This is an interesting mismatch here. We got Wakanda Forever versus basically Taco, a trash team in Desi's team. I don't want to say trash, but a team that probably shouldn't be 1-1, probably should be 0-2 like me, versus maybe the second best team in Bush. Is there any chance Desi pulls the upset here and wins?
No.
No chance?
No.
There's no good matchups?
No, Jonathan Taylor's the GOAT. I'm just playing. I'm very biased,
right.
but no. There's...
he's playing the Jets, so he's going to have another good week. You're right. I think when I look at matchups, Calvin Ridley against Chicago, probably another big game. Zeke playing Seattle. We just saw what happened to them when they played the Pats. They're going to get run all over.
Yep. And then,
Yeah, it's tough.
you look at...
Does Bush start Tannehill against Minnesota, though, is the question. Or does he ride Joe Burrow again for those garbage time points? Fucking garbage time
He's
points.
playing against Philly, Joe Burrow is.
Absolutely
And Tannehill's
garbage.
playing a shitty Vikings team that just got demolished by
Yep, that's true.
Colts.
And I don't think Lamar's going to do great against Kansas City, and that's Desi's best player.
Yeah.
She needs Lamar to have monster games to win. I don't think it's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Desi falls. Bush stays undefeated.
Yep.
Matt versus Austin. Austin put up the lowest week of the season last week. Lost to Jordan, 70-72. Absolute garbage, despite the fact that the Packers just ramsacked the Lions. Austin couldn't score because he didn't have the one player he needed, Aaron Jones.
Yep.
So, what's Austin going to do? Is Austin able to turn it around, score some points? Or is he destined to just keep falling behind?
I think you got to, I don't know. You got to make some changes, obviously.
Well, he has. He traded for Leonard Fournette. He's been making moves.
Yeah.
Are they the right moves?
So far, he's not had a wrong move.
Yeah.
Trading receivers for running backs because he's got way too many of them is right move in my book.
It's true.
But what running backs are you getting?
Yeah.
Is Zach Moss do good enough?
Yeah, that doesn't look not so far.
Is Zach Moss somebody you want to switch out for James White?
No. I want someone good.
Yeah, well.
But Matt's team's no good either. Like Bartley's hurt. Beckham is hit or miss. He does have an easy matchup, Beckham, this week. But Deshaun's playing Pittsburgh, one of the better defenses in the league. Kamara playing Green Bay. Defense has been pretty good so far. So, I don't know. This might be Austin's chance to sneak another win, keep himself in relative to the rest of the league until something can happen.
Yeah.
I've already broke down your matchup. Keenan versus Jordan. This is all the making.
Be fun.
First off, is this the lowest scoring matchup of the week?
Oh, yeah. I mean, the projections themselves are...
It's usually pretty easy to tell.
Combined, their projection combined is what Bush put up last week.
I know. Yeah, exactly right. And it's like, is there any chance that happens again? Is there any chance this is 70-70 and they get outscored by Josh again? So fun fact, you guys didn't know, Austin versus fucking Jordan got outscored by Josh alone last week.
Yeah.
So is there any chance of that again?
In all fairness, Keenan doesn't have a running back put in place.
But
there's definitely a chance.
The two bad teams.
Yeah.
Jordan's team sucks. And the other thing about Jordan is he never starts the right guys.
Yeah.
Terry McLaurin was Jordan's only good pick, and Jordan left him on the bench for no reason.
Yeah.
Now Jordan's going to see this. He's going to start McLaurin. He's going to suck, and it's going to be all my fault.
Again.
Unfucking real. I think this has all the makings of the worst week, and I don't care who wins.
I don't either. I hope they go out there and have some fun.
I would love Jordan to win 65-60, so I can be pissed when I lose 100-110. My actual matchup's against Carey, so hopefully I win. If Carey scores 100 points this week, I quit the league.
You heard it here first.
Okay, if Carey scores 120 this week, I might actually quit, though. I don't know if you guys saw my video, but I was crying almost, just pissed that Bush just kept pouring it on. If fucking somehow Carey's team finally does good out of nowhere, I'm going to lose my mind.
I know. I don't want to be here for that one.
I need to be 1-2. I need it.
Shirts will be taken off. Pants will be thrown.
Damn it.
Be lucky if coach doesn't go streaking across the street here.
Fucking real. Well, all right, guys. That's our breakdown. Borderline professional. We had a couple hiccups in there, but we'll edit those out. Don't worry about it.
Including this part where we're talking about editing out.
Yeah. We'll see you guys next week on ESPN 8, the Ocho, the League, Coach and Coach podcast, whatever we call it. Injuries all the time. Injury Paloooooooza.
Yeah.